who's finally awake. Hello, Your Highness. Well, you're in my castle. You see, your father is giving me quite a bit of trouble. I can't go a day without your human knights encroaching on my kingdom, so I figured a sudden visit from the royal's heir would calm the waters. Oh, don't worry, you'll go back soon enough. The deal is, he leaves my people alone, and he gets you back. He doesn't, and, well, hopefully you'll find this place comfortable in the meantime. Well, I don't know how long, but I'm sure he'll want to save you from the evil Naga as fast as he can, dear thing. Oh, don't pout. No one here will hurt a hair on your head. Unlike your men, we treat our prisoners of war kindly, though I suppose a sheltered creature like you wouldn't bother to know that. Really? And what proof do you have to go along with this claim of understanding our culture? Pardon? What book? I think I met him once. The traveler with the copious writings, a purple cloak, eye insignia. Yes, I met him when I was a boy. A good conversationalist, bit awkward if I admit. I heard he had written a book on my family, I just never managed to snag a copy. You have it! I mean, you have it with you. How? Well, not to be crass, but I instructed my soldiers to kidnap you in the night, so I'm unsure how a menagerie of your things have arrived with you. You asked for the time to pack a bag, and then what, came willingly? Humans are surely known for their humor, aren't they? Oh my god, you're serious. You mean to tell me that you wanted to be here? That you came with no fight? Why? I can't wager that I'm interesting enough to justify doing all that just to meet me. Besides, we're enemies. Doesn't your book say that? Oh, I know that one. What is in history must remain in our heads, not in our hearts. Tallius Prite, Act 1, Scene 3, The Forsaken Battle. You know Prite's work? Are you kidding? I love his plays. I find The Den of the Snake King rather humorous for all it gets wrong about my father and how the war started, but he interprets our traditional music in a shockingly accurate way. One day I hope to speak with him on the manner of which, oh dear, I just realized I've ruined the, intimidating Prince Act I had intended to maintain. Well, I was hoping to give you something to write home about, but now it seems that I've ruined the terrifying cold prince your soldiers have described me as. Oh, I hear all kinds of whispers from my messengers. Like how the king's only child often sneaks out of the castle to go riding out to the front lines at night. Well, since I clearly need not to scare you into being safe here, I'll just give you your own space and you can do whatever you wish. I'll have servers bring you food or entertainment whenever you'd like. You want me to stay? Why? To study me. In what sense? Ah, physiology and culture make a kingdom, but honor and wit make a man. Act 3, Scene 1, A crown too heavy. Funny, I think we're both referred to in that one, though in the story we are but children. If memory serves, your name is... Ah, yes, there it is. I always thought it was such a beautiful one. What was it your father's character says when you're introducing the play? Never before has this name commanded such grace, and never again will the name be burdened with such beauty. Yes, Act 1, Scene 2. Though, I forget what they said about me. Something along the lines of the pale shadow of young death, I believe. Rather grim, if you ask me, but the rest of the prose is very good. Yes, my name is, in fact, Eenvra. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Now, I'm flattered that you enjoy my company, but I'm afraid I have a lot of work to do before the day is out, and... Oh, be at peace. I'll return when I finish my tasks, alright? I'll give you plenty of time to study whatever you wish. Alright. Thank you for your time. Whew. Well, that was strange. Hello? Sorry to bother you so late in the evening, Your Highness. Things got out of hand for me, but I figured I would check in on you as promised. Well, I'm glad to hear that my staff has been kind to you. I know this has all probably been hard to wrap your head around. It's been that enjoyable? I don't mean to question your judgment, but most humans are afraid of snakes, and Naga by association. But you seem more curious than afraid. Oh, please. I've heard many a soldier say they aren't afraid of me. And so far, every single one I've had the misfortune of being forced into fighting has been, well, incorrect in their assumption. Though you have been more polite than most. Oh, Lords, you're testing my knowledge here. Let's see. Act 2, Scene 5, line 28. The Den of the Snake King. That would be... where most see thorns in your scales, I see roses in your eyes. For they stand against you and see their own ugly truth reflected, but I stand beside you and see only your beauty. I see you have a keen eye for playwrights all your own. Well, that's, very flattering of you. I will say, you seem rather invested in knowledge about my kind, without any care for the war front. What leads your curiosity? What about me? You saw a sketch of me in your study book when you were younger, and developed a crush. I see, well, that's very kind and direct. Is it warm in here? You'll have to forgive me. If I'm being honest, the only reason I agreed to this plan is I had heard stories from your kingdom of you and you alone being exceptionally kind to people who were unlike you. And I'm very grateful to see that the stories were true. Well, you know how it goes. Let the bards sharpen their tongues against the royal heirs. Let them pretend that cowardice wears the ragged coat of kindness. But above all, let us be merry, for curiosity ends war far faster than bravery. Okay, that one I made up. Well, yes, I dabble in poetry, but it's nothing, really. There's no need for praise. Lords, I'm probably red in the face at the moment. I'm sorry, let me just get up. No, really, it's fine. I'm just. Whoa! Oh, gods. I did not mean to knock us both to the ground. I am so sorry. Uh, you can stand up now, if you'd like. A question? I don't see why not. Go ahead. That seems a bit sudden for first meeting. Wrapping a partner means they trust you with the very oxygen they breathe. It's very personal. Typically, it's only done by lovers who wish to, uh, spear one's flower. Well, I can concede that it would be the best way to learn more about the practice, but I hardly see how it's helpful research. Oh, don't pout. Ugh, alright. Just for an example, okay? Gods above, help me. Almost. Here, just, lean your back against my tail like this. There. Now you're, pinned against my coil, facing me, which is typical. There are a few different ways to go about it, but for now I'll release you to... Oh, can't this wait until you're no longer... Oh, yes. Alright. Yes, we do have fangs. They're rather dull, but they can extend, and the royal family can even inject poison, though we seldom use it. Oh, sure, you can lean in to look. Right here, you can see that the gums around my fangs look different compared to your teeth. See? I've always found our differences fascinating. It's nice to discuss them with someone who understands. Your Highness, are you feeling alright? If you feel faint, I can... I don't see how that was relevant to your research. Well, I'm glad it was at least, informative, but please warn me if you're going to do that again. Well, not that I expect you to, it's just, I'm going to release you now. Well, no, it wasn't, oh, what the hell. It was very nice, Your Highness. But we don't know each other that well. And I would be rash to accept your affection so suddenly. You've seen me and read about me from a distance, yes, but I implore you to wait, at least until you really know me. I do not intend to shame your curiosity, Your Highness. In fact, there are curiosities I have too about the human physiology, but let us be friends first. After all, our good friend Bright tells us that rashness burns excitement by using the kindling of discovery. One of his first poetry books, actually. I could borrow it to you if you would... Sorry. My curiosities. It's late. I should really let you rest. No, please, I insist. Good night, Your Highness. Oh, oh dear. Oh, hello, human. Just wandering the grounds, I suppose. It's a beautiful day for it. Besides, I can only take so many hours of being holed up in my study trying to end an endless war. I suppose you feel similarly, considering you found yourself brave enough to join me. Though, considering last night, I probably shouldn't doubt your bravery. Oh, don't be embarrassed. I mean, you did come on very strong, but. Only teasing, only teasing. I myself am an avid reader, so I can only imagine what it would be like if I were you. A charming prince or princess leaping right off the page. Well, I didn't exactly read about you when I was younger, as you did me, but I've kept up with you in recent years, and I, between you and me, I suppose there was a rather wistful hope in my heart that we would get along. It's strange, looking back. I did start to get a kind of picture of what I thought you might be like over time. What your voice would sound like, things you enjoyed, your dislikes, your views, and I have to admit, I gave it more thought than I should. A strange hobby, I know, but, um, you were so close to the front, it wasn't hard for my soldiers to spot you, and it became one of the few joys I got from the letters coming out of my messengers. Well, I can't say I'm surprised that a few of my personal guard have been hesitant when first meeting you here in the castle. I mean, even I intended to be abrasive when we first met, so I think the years have sadly made cynics out of a few of us. Oh, while I have you, your father has replied to my message. We should have an agreement laid out for your return within the week. Well, I think that's obvious. I had my best men kidnap you in the night and bring you to a mysterious castle against your will. Or at least what we thought was against your will. The point is, the original plan was always to trade your freedom for a diplomatic meeting. Well, well, no, I don't think I've given it much thought how current events are changing things. But still, I'm not quite sure what your point is, Your Highness. Yes, of course, I've enjoyed the time I've spent with you so far, but once again, we are still strangers. Acquaintances, at best. Of course, I wish to be your friend, and luckily we're already on the track for that, but I just can't. Yeah, never mind. Oh, nothing, Your Highness. Thoughts for another time. You know what I love about walking through this garden? Well, looking at the castle this way, with the towers and the walls standing high in the clouds, it grants a new perspective. The castle is what my people see when they look at me. I have to stand as tall as the towers, be as strong as the walls that hold it up, and my decisions must reflect that in kind. Yes, more poetry, I know. I never really was a social child, so I spent more time writing it than sharing it. You'll have to forgive me. But what about you? The stories our people could tell of young royals wandering around with their noses stuck in books. Though my guard captains will tell you, once I start to speak, I rarely stop. Yes, today being a prime example of just that. Can I ask you a strange question? Well, it's about that kiss last night. I have to know. What caused... I'm okay. Are you hit? Alright, guards, check the second highest window in that tower, now! Let's get you somewhere safe. Okay, stay here for now. I'll follow my knights to the right tower, and if they find anything, I'll... Well, I know I'm injured, but their life is in my hands as well. I just want to ensure their safety. I suppose you're right that I can't do much with the state of my arm. Alright, well, I can't say this will be fun for either of us, but unfortunately, it has to come out. I hate to ask, but would you mind, Thank you. Alright, 3, 2... That wasn't so bad. Thank you. You know you don't have to do this. Well, that's very sweet. Oh, believe it or not, I've actually had worse pains. One time when I was a child, I was wandering the woods, and I came across this massive tree, and despite my better judgment, I decided I was going to climb all the way to the top. It wasn't hard. With a tail like this, I can wrap around the branches easily, and the view was just beautiful. But unfortunately, while I was admiring the horizon, I put my weight on the wrong branch, and... yeah, I fell all the way to the bottom. I was covered in cuts and bruises. When I got home, I immediately started crying to my mother, who was kind enough to spend the 20 minutes it took to patch me up. Oh, don't worry. My parents are still alive and well. You see, the principality I oversee is actually just a large section of land on the outskirts of my parents' kingdom. When I became of age, I was given this land and castle, and my father told me to make the best of it. They did everything they could to help me be a good leader. Hell, they still do. Of course, the war had already started by the time I was old enough to ascend to the throne, and with my principality being between the Naga kingdom and the human kingdom, I act as ruling monarch in all wartime decisions, though I'm not without help. The last letter I wrote to them was actually about you. Just telling them how nice you've been to everyone here, and that you've certainly set a better example for your kingdom than your father ever did. I'm sorry, that feels a touch insensitive. Well, I can't say if I'm happy or concerned that we agree on this. Thank you again for your help. I know, but I guess I feel guilty. I'm already endowed to you enough as it is, and now with a stray archer in the mix, it's also frustrating. It just calls to attention how I foolishly put your life at risk by involving you. I know you're a fighting spirit, and I'm glad that you insist you want to help, but it's not worth your life. I'd be devastated if you got so much as a scratch on you because of my shortcomings. Well, I'm glad you have your faith in me. I'll try to live up to it. Sorry? Oh, what was I going to ask you in the garden before, Well, it seems silly now, but I was going to ask why you chose to kiss me. Well, I can't help but think that we're at war. If I were human, your father would have already offered me your hand to put an end to this. And while my parents would have violently ignored that suggestion, unless both you and I agreed to it, I suppose a part of me is worried that your insistence on romancing me is political. Hey, don't shove an injured man. Though I suppose that means the answer is no. Alright, well then what is your fascination with me? It feels more than just a passing childhood crush. Oh, sure, I would be delighted to look at your sketches. I didn't know you drew. These are brilliant. But I'm unsure how they, This is me from a few months ago. Well, I hardly adorn myself with the royal armor unless the front lines are involved. So unless you have an oddly accurate imagination, you had to have been there. You intentionally got yourself captured, dressed as a peasant, just to see me? Are you mad? Why get... wait, there are loose pages in here. No, I could have sworn I saw... This is my writing. Letters written to your father, my guard captains, plans, personal notes. How did these get in here? Your royal troop stopped one of my messengers, and he had this on him. They ignored his quill of immunity? Which is why you confiscated the items so your father couldn't see them. Huh. Clever move. But how does all of this relate? I had wondered what happened to that poem. You did all that just to return it to me? Why? It's just a silly little thing I wrote to pass the time. I see, I had not realized that your infatuation with me was more than, just a childhood fantasy. Well, like I said, if I were human, we most likely would have been encouraged to court each other anyway, so yes, I suppose it did cross my mind a few times. And I suppose that along the way I started to feel a pull, or a rather aggressive shove of attraction. But I'm still insistent that we should learn more about each other. Oh, really? Sometimes it takes leaping off a cliff to feel the winds of change. And who said that brilliant yet naive line? Ah, it would appear that I did. I will say, your wit truly is something to admire. I see. Well, if that's how we're playing things... Your Highness, we have an update on, is this a bad time? It's as good a time as any, General. I'm assuming you're here to discuss our mysterious assailant? Yes. Based on the arrow they left behind, we can gauge that the assassin was shooting with a longbow. In addition, there was a small section of land near the back entrance with drag marks in it, which we used to deduce that the attacker was a rattlesnake. At least it wasn't human. No offense. Alright, well, anything else?
Well, there was one thing. Based on the size of the marks, they seem to be kind of young. I don't think we're working with an experienced assassin here. Of course, it could be a trick,
No, I appreciate the input. Thank you, Kona.
Your Highnesses.
Alright, well, I apologize, but we'll have to do a thorough search of the castle, and so I think it's best if I walk you to your room for now. I'll have Maria keep you company, and I'll keep 2 soldiers posted outside your door until I've assured that it's safe. Oh, your father's letter. Yes, I'd almost forgotten about all of that. It reached my desk a day or 2 ago. Nothing really of note, just ironing out some details. In due time. I'll have to pull it from whatever pile it ended up in. I assure you it will find its way into your hands. Trust me. I'll come check in once we've ensured that the castle is safe, if you would like. Alright. I'll bring some of my writing for us to go through as well, though I can't promise that all of my poetry is worth listening to. His soldiers show no sign of stopping, even with the kidnapping of his child. Your Highness, I'm merely servant of your will, but do you think that... I don't know what to think, Kona. We'll just have to hold our positions and wait to see what fate the messengers bring us. Dismissed.
Hello, Your Highness. After you.
Hello. Yes, I'm alright. The pain has lessened over this past week. I should be back to normal activities come this weekend. Yes, I'm sure. Writing at my desk for hours on end isn't helping, but I digress. It's my non-dominant shoulder anyway. You're probably correct, but I've never been too good at resting. It just always felt like any time not spent on the kingdom was time wasted. Does that make any sense? Oh, no, not you. You're never a waste of... Oh, I see. It's a joke. You'll have to forgive me. With the recent events, I've just been swamped with work, and it's caused me to be a bit of a scatterbrain. I appreciate your understanding. Now, I'm guessing you came to my office with a plan in mind. Well, we may have only gotten to know each other for a little over a week, but I know enough to know when you're up to something. Alright then, keep your reasons secret. Interesting. Oh, nothing, just a letter sent from the outskirts of the kingdom. Every once in a while, a group of people make a list of grievances in the form of a letter and send it to the city, so we can better provide solutions. Usually they're dealt with via knights or by my advisors. Few make it all the way to my desk. Issues with human scouts, trampling farms and harassing the owners. A few petty thefts, nothing out of the ordinary. Oh. One of the townspeople asked for whereabouts for her son. She said he left for the city a few days ago, and she hasn't heard from him since. I'm sure it's nothing serious, but I might have my personal guards do a search just in case. Besides, I'm sure they could use a break to the countryside anyhow. To be honest, I probably need to head down there myself and see if I can sort these other issues out when I can. Well, a visit to the towns outside of the city would be a nice break, but sadly it would have to be for business. Like I said, some farmers are having issues with human scouts, and sadly none of the solutions we've provided have worked, meaning we might need to try a more direct approach. Well, I'll finish up a few things here first, and of course I'll double check that it'll be safe for you, but maybe we can make a trip of it, God's willing. I know you're more than capable of holding your own, but you already know how much I worry about you. Oh, your father's letter, of course. I'd almost forgotten. Give me a moment. It should be right here. I am terribly sorry, but it appears that in my haste to reply to your father's message, I have lost the letter itself. You seem stressed. If it's about your father, I can assure you that it will be handled with the utmost importance, and you will be informed the moment I find it. Oh, what troubles you then? You're ever so vigilant on your focus on me. Only teasing. Though I guess I have been pulled thin recently. You'll have to forgive me. Politics are my job, but it's been a long time since I've had to meddle in work this severe, and I suppose it's started to take its toll in ways I hadn't expected. Why do you ask, out of curiosity? I agree that the possibility of a full-on fight being inevitable between your father and I has not escaped my mind. But there's not much to be done for now. I've sent letters upon letters offering peace, and now I just have to hope it's taken well, but knowing him... I'm sorry, I shouldn't be openly insulting your father. It's just also frustrating. I mean, I do everything I can to keep my distance, keep my people safe, and yet humans seem hell-bent on ensuring we never see a moment's peace. And they have the gall to call me untrustworthy and dangerous. How humans deemed this battle a war long before the first blade was ever drawn, and now I feel like I'm dragging my tail through the mud, trying to keep us away from this unavoidable mess. Dangerous beasts. If anything, humans are dangerous beasts. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have spoken so brashly. Of course, I trust you. No. You're right. You deserve the full truth, and while the quick response is that I do trust you, the long answer is complicated. Well, I trust that you're a good person. You've given me and my staff nothing but empathy and kindness. They all trust you with the same respect that you've given to them, and honestly, it's the first time I've seen them let their guard down around a human in years. And I'd be lying if I said that didn't scare me. Because you're human royalty. At any point, you could write down every word I've ever spoken to you about this place and destroy all of it. And I want so desperately to trust that you would never do that, but I can't put the livelihood of my principality in the hand of blind trust. Not in good conscience, anyhow. Your Highness, wait. I didn't mean it like...
that sounded rough. Having troubles getting answers out of the old Silver Spoon Prince, huh? Trust me, that white-haired philanthropist wouldn't know a crossbow bolt from a butterfly. I mean, he can quote Tallius Prite like it's nobody's business, sure. That doesn't exactly make him the perfect princey poo you think he is. Oh, who am I? Well, let's just leave it at I'm someone with answers. You were looking for this, right? Here. Aww, my long face. Does Daddy not love you enough to buy you from the big scary Naga? Yeah, so much for trading the royal's brat for peace, huh? Looks like your dad would put just about anybody in the dirt to get what he wants. And poor old Eenvra would rather lie to your face than prove how incompetent he is. Oh, please. You really believe he was gonna get around to telling you the truth? Proof's in the paper, human. Not so fast, Two-Leg. I'm not just gonna let you keep your father's letter for free. Well, how about a favor? You get to keep the letter, and in return, try to scream loud enough to get your Prince Charming's attention, okay? Oh, quit your whining, Two-Legs. We're almost there. Look, believe it or not, I'm actually trying to help you. Yeah, I am. Sit. We should be far enough away. We'll rest here for now until the carriage shows up. Your father's fancy royal carriage, obviously. Yeah, got a glimpse of that letter on its arrival after bribing one or two mail officers, so I knew that dear old Dad denied Prince Eenvra's little peace agreement. So I figured I'd give him a guarantee for your safe return, no strings attached. Well, in exchange for a small fee, of course. I don't know if you've noticed, human, but you don't exactly have a say in this. Besides, you can't really believe that staying is what's best for you. Oh, please. What good reason would some fancy pants royal human have to stay here? Love? Ugh, you're gonna make me sick. Yeah, no, you're crazy for even trying, Two-Leg. Well, you wouldn't be the only one. Nothing. I mean that. Drop it. Look, I don't give a tail's shake who you are, so I don't see why you have to pry into my personal life. Another word out of you and I'm hanging you upside down from that tree. What did I say about... Ugh, fine. Yes, I'm from the outskirts. How'd you know? Wait, really? I mean, who'd be stupid enough to send after me? Might. That can't be right. My mother's alive? No, because if what you say is true, then... shit. Come on, we gotta go. Look, either you come with me, or you come with the people who are shooting at us. That's what I thought. You can climb, right? Good. Here, grab my hand. Shut up. What the hell is going on? I mean, I thought... He said... Why did he send soldiers? Yeah, no shit, he lied. Okay. Shut up, Two-Leg, let me think. I said, shut. Oh, gods. Hey. Shh. Yeah. You're okay. It just nicked you a little bit. Oh, gods. Here. I'm gonna wrap this around your arm to stop the bleeding, okay? Why did you do that, you psycho? Yeah, I saw that arrow's trajectory. If you hadn't shoved me, you would've been fine. Yeah, I could have died, but who cares? I'm the second Naga this month to nab you, both to solve problems from a war your people started. What's your game here? Is that? Span out. They have to be here somewhere. Well, I'm dead. I'm nobody, Two-Leg. Certainly not somebody anyone would miss. And once they find you with me, well, I think you get the idea. Your little savior's clearly dressed for a fight. Okay, the prince seems to have scared off the human soldiers. Here's the plan. I'm gonna sneak off, then you... Oh, wait, don't! There you are. Are you alright? What happened to your arm? Look, I can't even conceive of the consequences you'll face for this. Your Highness, there's really no need. Steal them away in the middle of the day? You put the castle into chaos. Well, that was the plan. Have you no shame? Darling, it's alright. I'll handle this traitor in proper accord. No? What do you mean, no? Yeah, you've lost me, Two-Legs. You mean to say this boy's mother is human? Adopted, but yeah. She sought asylum in your kingdom so that she and Dad could get married. Oh, yes, I remember her. I signed their marriage license personally as a sign of goodwill. I always wondered what had happened to her. Well, the human king took my mother a few months ago, along with a handful of other prisoners, halfway through the Battle of Widowbog. You managed to negotiate the release of the civilians, but they took my mother off the list of war captives. Why? Well, 'cause she married a Naga. They had the right to hang her for treason. But there were whispers that the human king was offering a reward for whoever returned his royal heir. And I figured that my mother's safe return would be more than a fair price to pay. But I just found out from Two-Leg over here that my father broke her out weeks ago and they're safely back at home. I'm sorry, Your Highness. I can't say I condone your actions. I know, listen, I'll take whatever punishment you give me, but I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't have done the same in your scales, frankly. I beg your pardon? She's your family, not to mention a citizen of this kingdom. If I failed to protect her so severely that you felt you had to draw your bow against me to help her, that is a failing of my character, not yours. Thanks, I guess, but... and while I never thought I'd say this, I agree with the human. I probably could have had a bit more faith in the crown, too. Well, now comes the tricky part. Raddoka, while I understand your reasoning, law demands you repay your debt to the kingdom. Am I under arrest? Yes and no, honestly. You have a fierce spirit, and a rather sharp intellect for your age. A place in my court for a while should balance the scales. Okay. Oh, it's not intended as one, my dear. In our kingdom, when you break a law, you owe a debt to the kingdom, and must offer what skills you have to the court or crown to repay that debt. If the crown feels that the lesson has been learned, you're even reimbursed for the time. And luckily for Raddoka,
I'm in need of a new quillmaster.
Wait. What? But that's a prestigious role only given to master archers and strategists. Why me? Well, firstly, you managed a near impossible shot on your own prince in order to distract my men from your real target, so I'd say you're well equipped for the role. But more importantly, it's a chance to prove yourself. Call it rash, but I trust that, given the chance, you will more than repay this kingdom. Alright, well then, for my first duty as quillmaster, may I speak freely?
Please, always.
Sir, I've read the letters. I mean, as far as the human kingdom knows, you just stole them away one night, and you've been holding them prisoner since. The humans have no idea that their heir wanted to be there, just that you took them. Wouldn't it make more sense for them to go home? Let the human world hear about all the good we had to offer firsthand? I've thought about that. Hell, I've wanted to send them back home on more than one occasion. But there's no guarantee it'll work. If we send them back, then the humans immediately launch an attack. We're worse off than when we started. I guess, but the king doesn't trust us at all. Chances are they go back and tell their father about the better parts of us, and he just doesn't believe them. I mean, that's all true, but it's worth a try, right?
If you mean this, I'll respect your wishes, but are you sure you're ready?
I mean, there's no telling what... No, you're right. I've delayed this for long enough. I just wish there was a way I could keep you safe. I could do it.
Are you sure?
Come on, I sneaked him out of your kingdom. I can probably sneak him into theirs. Besides, it's the least I can do, right?
Well, it won't be an easy road, but I think we'll manage. I think I get the idea. Thank you. I wish I had more time to prep you on your newfound duties, but time is of the essence. And I'd hate for innocent people to be hurt because of my misstep. Don't worry about it, Your Highness. I'll get them out before you know it.
Oh, hey Two-Leg, what's up? Yeah, just going out on a scouting mission. Apparently your human king is starting to send more structured militia into the forests that separate the kingdoms, so I'm making sure our messengers don't get caught in the crossfire. Look, I even got a messenger's quill and everything, so your human knights can't mess with me. I mean, they will anyway, since war crimes are fun for you people, but, I can hold my own. Yeah, I know. Tried telling him, but he wants you here for now. Says it's better in the long run. Yeah, catch you around, Yumi.
Oh, hello, Your Highness.
Yes, I've sent him out on a mission of sorts. I'm sure he told you all about it. Well, I was a tad hesitant, but he's confident in his capabilities, so I trust him. Luckily, large-scale battle and genocide isn't upon us yet, but our window of time is closing with the Human King's current actions. He's combing forests for Nagas, killing all he finds, and getting closer and closer to our borders with each pass. I'm pulling all messengers, all soldiers, and all spies just to avoid unnecessary death. I know we discussed the idea of sending you out to the Human Kingdom, but that will have to happen at a later time. There's just too much at risk at the moment, I'm afraid. There's not much I can do. If I station soldiers to protect you, it'll become an invitation for conflict. But if I do nothing, I give them free range to attack. Or worse. And quite honestly, I think we're beyond conversation. Besides, it would take a hell of a speech to change his mind now. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be this grim. It's just... never mind. I'm sure we'll figure something out. Now, is there anything you need from me? Well, in that case, I'm sorry to send you away, but all of our royal messengers and soldiers need to be reassigned to new tasks, so I'm afraid I need the rest of the day to work. I will be happy to converse tomorrow, however. Thank you. Kona, I told you I am fine. I do not need... oh. Hello. I'm sorry if I've woken you. Yes. I too am having a bout of insomnia. It's childish. I wouldn't want to bore you. Nothing serious, just, well, I've been thinking over what Raddoka and I had discussed after we returned to the castle from your sudden departure. One of the many things we talked about. We did go on for quite a while, didn't we? Anyhow, Raddoka had said that without you on the side of humans defending our place in this world, he felt our fates were sealed no matter what we did. But in my mind, it's gotten to the point where you're our last bargaining chip. Our saving grace to avoid genocide between the human kingdom and my principality. Hell, maybe even the entire Naga kingdom. And while the Naga kingdom as a whole is, forgive me saying, dear, far stronger than your human kingdom, what then? Does your kingdom recruit more humans? Does mine recruit those thought to be other? How long before the entire world is trapped in a mantra of human versus monster? I suppose you could say I'd feel trapped, yes, but moreover, I feel like I've trapped you with me. Which all seems to culminate in a rather nasty dream I had. It's a rather uninteresting ordeal. I promise you don't have to... Oh, alright. Are you sure? I was in the castle. I could hear screams, fighting, human swords clashing with Naga spears, but I couldn't find anyone. Only flashes of light through the windows. I finally made it to a hallway I recognized, and made my way up to your turret, but to my surprise, you weren't there. Nor were your things. I looked out the window, and... I'm alright. I looked out the window and saw Naga soldiers. Fallen Naga soldiers. Then suddenly I was in the center of that battlefield, and I saw you distantly. I tried to call out, to reach for you, but nothing worked. You were just... gone. Well, then I was awoken by General Kova, poor girl. She was just doing her rounds when she heard me crying in my sleep. I'm not sure what I said to her, but maybe she just saw the state of me and knew to fetch you. Well, because, my dear, I need to confess something. Wait, just bear with me. This is important. When we first met, I was completely caught off guard by your kindness. If you remember, I had intended to
play up the villainous Naga I thought you saw me as. But you had no fear, no reservation, and a lot of romantic words and feelings. So I suppose I got a bit swept up in it all. Alright, sure. We'll say that you romanced me, you little minx. But after that, we settled into a close friendship. Forgive our more tender moments. You're always a joy to have around the castle, for more than just me. You give the people in these walls hope for the future, just by being here. Yes, I did have a point, didn't I? Well, I know we've been heavily discussing the idea of sending you home. Hell, Raddoka and I went back and forth on the topic for hours when you first returned, but I just couldn't bring myself to write out the order. The truth is, I'm scared to lose you, my dear. Look, I don't know what this all means to you, or what the nature of our relationship even is anymore, but well, gods, this is embarrassing. No, I can do this. I have happened to find myself hopelessly in love with you, Your Highness, and I'm terrified that if you leave, you may never return. I know, but you mean the world to me, and I can't bear to see you upset, much less lost in a storm as big as this. And selfishly, all I want is for you to let me protect you in a way I know how. Of course I trust you, my dear, but even if I can trust you to return on your own will, there's no guarantee. I mean, what if you're attacked? What if my soldiers confuse you for a human scout? What if your father refuses you the right to return? What if... No, you're right. I trust you with my very life. I can trust you to make it home, safe and sound. You know, sometimes I do truly wonder why you put up with me and my foolish ramblings. Because... well, I suppose it was foolish of me to worry that you didn't feel the same. Well, you are close to me and kiss me, but it's hardly fair to make assumptions about affection. For all I know, you could just be seeking entertainment. I am not clueless. You... Oh, that's it. Come here. Okay. That's enough. We have a long day tomorrow, and... I don't know about you, but I'd like to get back to sleep. Oh, don't worry. I'll be alright. You're free to go back to your room. Oh, of course, you can stay here for the night. To chase the nightmares away. Well, in that case, let me just... There. You can rest nice and cozy in the center of my coil. Well, in older times, it's how Nagas kept their spouses and children safe from predators. Though Selfishly, I like you here because it means I can keep you close. Oh, and please, let me hear it from you one more time. I love you too.